Wythnos. Well, this week we've seen committee changes, concerns raised in the Senate about Reform UK's past links to Russia, and the beginning of winter planning for health and social care. Independent Senate member Russell George was elected to the Children, Young People and Education Committee this week in place of Joel James, who also recently became the Welsh Conservative spokesperson for housing and faced the Cabinet Secretary for Housing and Local Government for the first time on Wednesday afternoon. There was also a statement from the Cabinet Secretary for Health and Social Care on winter preparations in the NHS and social care, followed by similar statements on preparation for cold weather from the Cabinet Secretaries for Climate Change and Rural Affairs and Social Justice.
Both questions without notice from party leaders to the First Minister concentrated on the recent synagogue attack in Manchester, with Darren Millar, leader of the Welsh Conservatives, asking the First Minister to support the position taken by the UK Prime Minister and Home Secretary on calling for a temporary pause on protests. The First Minister said that it was important to support the people's right to protest, whilst also stating that there was a need for sensitivity to be shown towards the recent events. Plaid Cymru leader Rhina Piorath also noted the events in Manchester and noted his concerns at the reaction of the Home Secretary, who had announced that the police were being given the power to consider the cumulative impact of protesting. The First Minister doubled down on the importance of the right to protest.
Several members noted worries stemming from the case surrounding former Reform UK leader Nathan Gill's recent guilty plea to bribery from Russian officials, with Jenny Rathbone asking the First Minister about the risk of foreign interference during the First Minister's questions. This was echoed across all parties during questions to the Cabinet Secretary for Housing and Local Government, where both Derek Jewell and Tom Gifford raised concerns about the possibility of foreign actors influencing Welsh democracy. These questions will surely be shortly directed to the Caerphilly by-election candidate Cleo Powell, who worked for Nathan Gill during his tenure as leader of Reform UK in Wales. However, the candidate has already been working to distance himself from the scandal.
Next week, expect questions to the Cabinet Secretaries for Finance and Welsh Language and Climate Change and Rural Affairs, as well as, of course, the First Minister. This will be alongside debates on ME, the report on TFW's performance, and a Plaid Cymru debate on town centre regeneration, as well as statements on ALM reform and hate speech in Wales. That's all from us at Camlas this week, as we're off to Swansea for Plaid Cymru's Autumn Conference, hoping to see many of you there, and hwyl am y tro.